We will go over the rules for the 4-H exhibit contest. So what is a 4-H exhibit? This project is similar to a science project. You will select a topic, design an exhibit, and then give a short presentation about your topic. You must be able to answer questions about your topic. And this contest is for 4-Hers who are in grades 6 through 8. Our younger 4-Hers, 4th and 5th graders, do demonstrations where we show how to do something. Our high school age 4-Hers do interviews with their projects, and so the exhibit contest is kind of in between. What are the rules for this contest? You must use a board that stands on its own or a science board. So we're talking about the tri-fold science boards that you would use for a science project. Items may be displayed on the table if it doesn't take away from your overall exhibit. And with all of our 4-H presentation activities, no live animals, knives, firearms, or any other item that is not allowed at a school can be used with our presentation. You must be able to explain your exhibit in 1 to 2 minutes. When the judges approach you, they'll ask you to tell us a little bit about your exhibit. This is not a speech, but an overall summary. Then you must be able to answer questions about your exhibit. This is where it's kind of like an interview. They may ask you, why did you pick this topic? Where did you get your information? Or what are some interesting facts that you learned? Your exhibit may be a general information exhibit, such as, here are some breeds of dogs, here are places I've been on vacation, some national parks, or it may be a science project. What happens when plants are deprived of light for 2 weeks? Does your cat have a preference in its cat food? Does your dog have a favorite paw? And those are kind of science project type activities. With all presentations, just like with other things you may do, you have to select your topic. Pick a topic that you like or that you know about. This will make it easier to prepare your exhibit for judging. You should feel comfortable talking about your topic and be able to answer questions about your topic. That is part of the judging process for the exhibit contest. And try to select a specific topic. Many of you enjoy sports and the outdoors. Those are great topics, but try to be very specific. If you enjoy outdoors, maybe talk about the items that are needed for a backpacking trip. If you enjoy sports, maybe you focus on just the history of the sport, or for example with basketball, showcase the 13 original rules of the game. As you design your exhibit, there are many things to think about. Your exhibit is a tabletop exhibit or a science project, meaning it is going to be set up on a table with limited space. Your exhibit must include a title and information about your topic. You can also include items such as pictures, charts, graphs, and other things that will help explain your exhibit a little bit better. Information may be printed on the computer, and you may use information from other sources. Always know where your sources and your information comes from. However, do not simply print information from a website and just glue it on your exhibit. Try to summarize it or put the information in your own words. Things that are simply printed from a website are hard to read and clutter up the appearance of your exhibit. We want you to be creative. So as you think about your exhibit, carefully plan out items that relate to your topic that may be displayed on the table. For example, if you're giving an exhibit on different breeds of sheep, you may want to include a stuffed sheep or something that could be put on the table to kind of draw attention to your exhibit. If you're talking about food labels and you're giving information, maybe include a few food boxes on your exhibit. You can use any color science board that you want, but remember to think about the lettering. If you're using a darker science board, light colored lettering or contrasting shows up better. If you're using a light colored science board, darker letters that will show contrast will show up better. You can also be creative with your borders and any extras that you want. We've even had 4-Hers add lights to their exhibit boards. And make sure your exhibit is neatly done. You may want to lay out things first before you glue or attach them to your exhibit board. And always make sure that all your words are spelled correctly before the final pieces are attached to your exhibit. This is our exhibit contest. Exhibits will be judged at the county level, meaning we may review and ask questions about your exhibit during your 4-H club meeting time, but we will only select winners after we've listened to everyone who is in 6th through 8th grade who is participating. 3 finalists will be selected in each of the project areas. These are listed on the handout that goes with our exhibit competition. The finalists will then be invited to compete in the sub-region competition. This is where 4-Hers from other counties in the Upper Cumberland area will gather and present their exhibits one more time in that contest. And our contest will be during your 4-H club meeting time, and your teachers will help us to schedule that time, and they'll let you know when that's going to be. So with your exhibit, what are you judged on? Here are the things they are looking for as an exhibitor. Your appearance. Do you have good posture? Eye contact with the judge? Do you speak clearly and correctly? Is your voice pleasing? Clear? Are you loud enough to be heard? Your explanation. Do you cover your main points clearly? Are you well organized and provide good quality information? And are you able to answer practical questions accurately? Like we tell our 4-H members, if they ask you a question you don't know, don't try to make up an answer and trick the judges. If you don't know, simply state that you do not know, but it is something that you would like to learn more about in the future. Your exhibit is also judged. It's judged on its general appearance. Is your exhibit artistic? Original idea? Is it neat? Well balanced? Is it easy to read? And the message told. Does your exhibit board tell the story simply, clearly, and concisely? And important items are shown equally. If someone looks at your exhibit, do they understand it even without you giving an explanation? A few things to remember. Select a topic that you know about. Design and create your board. Be able to explain your exhibit in a very short amount of time. And be able to answer questions that the judges may ask you. But overall, have fun with this project. This is a great way to do a little research about a topic that you enjoy, or even reuse a science project that you've had success with in the past. Let's look over just a few example exhibits to give you some ideas. Here we have 2. One of them says how a black bear cub grows, and this talks about just a little bit about bear cubs and their growth cycle. So you can see skills taught by their family, their weight gain, their preferred foods. It's more of an informational exhibit. The other one is on Got Milk, and it's on breeds of dairy goats and products that we use goat's milk to create. And you can see the items shown there in front of the exhibit. The next 2 we have here, the red one says poultry problems. This 4-H'er chose to showcase some of the insects, parasites, and diseases that can affect our home flocks of chickens. The other one is about white-tailed deer, and it gives a little bit of information about the life cycle. As you can see, both exhibits have very few items in front, but they do contribute to the overall appearance of the exhibit. Our final two examples, the one says 2 steps to save a life, is about learning how to do CPR. And so they've got the information on the board. They've also included a computer with an instructional video. Videos are okay to show as long as they're short and do not distract from the judging experience. The other exhibit board says skirting the issue, and it talks about the history of skirts and fashion throughout history. And so there are many topics that you can pick from when you're thinking about your exhibit. So choose a topic that you enjoy, something that you want to learn about, and something that you would like to share with others. We look forward to seeing your exhibit entries throughout our 4-H program.